Ellen? Ellen! Come on, we got to do another show of the weekend.
Cheers.
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 Ellen, the D&D campaign is over. We beat the chairs. Now come on, up and at 'em.
Huh?
Are you over your jet lag from PAX East?
Yep.
Good, because we've got to talk about a lot of Ace Attorney. Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
Just, Luke, I've got...
Yeah,
Can I have a bit of help here?
No, stuck on, that's stuck on good. Meet your new host, Ellen with the...
Paperface.
Call her Ellen Paperface. Ooh, that was really stuck on good.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Anyway, Ace Attorney.
Yeah!
You have been playing it.
I have.
You have become a legal eagle.
I have indeed, and I am really enjoying it. I've only played the first two so far, like
the first two cases.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a sucker for like murder mysteries and all that sort of stuff. So like this was right up my street, and it's really good. And I like Phoenix Wright. I think he's great. I like all the characters that I've met. It's really, really, really satisfying piecing a case together, having someone just slip up that tiny bit so you can be gotcha.
Yeah, Andy made a good observation when we were talking about Ace Attorney at PAX on the panel when he mentioned that like your main character Phoenix like spends his whole life like completely on the back foot, like right like a hair's breadth away from his case being like thrown out of court.
Yeah.
So you never like fully relax. You never feel like you're in control.
Like you think you've got someone as well. You think you've got them on the ropes, and then they're like, oh well, this explanation that kind of doesn't explain it away.
Yeah.
But makes everyone doubt you and your idea, and you're like, no, that's wrong.
I know.
No.
It can be very frustrating, I find, because the whole mechanic is that you have to look for sentences that your witness says that contradicts with some evidence that you have. If you can't find that contradiction, it can be quite frustrating when actually what you want to do is like, stop all this. Obviously this is nonsense. You're like, just because I can't find the exact thing that like proves it wasn't here at this time or place or whatever, like that doesn't mean that anyone with any common sense would be like, this is total lunacy, what is going on?
When you like push them for information when they're on the witness stand as well.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, slip up, say something.
I don't think you'll have come across this yet, maybe you will have, but later on in the game, to sort of up the stakes a bit, it stops letting you press as many times as you want. It gives you like a life bar.
Yeah,
and
I annoyed the judge
there.
at one point, and he was like, stop pushing them for questions. And I'm like, I just want to know what the lies are.
Yeah, the prosecutor, Edgeworth, can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's like, blah, 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 and the judge is like, absolutely fine. And you're like, what? Also, Miles. Edgeworth. More like Edgeworthless. Oh, now I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah, also, the judge is so thick. It's so frustrating. It's sort of shaking buttons.
Well, like there's the one witness and she's all like, oh, I'm so sweet, everyone likes me.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, she can do no wrong.
What a charming young lady. Phoenix, haranguing this poor young woman.
It's like, she's clearly in on a murder.
Yeah. Remind me, I remember what the first case is. It's something to do with, well, I mean, they're all to do with a murder. But,
yeah, the first one is, there's a guy who's murdered a lady and tries to pin it on the boyfriend.
Yes, and you know...
You know straight out the gate that he did it because it's like...
It shows you in a cutscene who the real criminal is.
Yeah.
It stops doing that later.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, you're so certain on that one. And then the next one is when your lovely boss gets murdered and they try to pin it on her little sister and you have to defend her little sister.
Mild spoiler alert, but trust me, having played it, that is so mild.
Yeah, very mild,
I'm really glad you're enjoying it. And how are you enjoying the music, which is the best thing about the game, Yeah, I really, really like it. The one thing, I haven't played as much as you have of the new remastered one. Looking at it, it feels like some of the characters have been redrawn a bit more lovingly than others. Yeah. And I don't know if this is just nostalgia, but I'm slightly missing the pixely nature of the old ones, because they were like sprite animated, and so there was a certain I think there's a certain charm to that style of animation,
Yes.
but it really might just be nostalgia. It does look beautiful, and yeah.
I think it's one of those things where when the Halo remasters and stuff came out, you could switch between the old and the new look, and that would have been quite nice for this, I think.
Yeah, if
there was an option to be like sprite.
What was quite cool about the Halo one, I remember, was you were playing it and you were like, oh, I think I liked how it looked.
And
the
you'd
old
be
way.
like, boop.
Yeah, and then you'd swap it and be like, ah, no! I was remembering it as, I was remembering it much nicer than it was. Put the new ones back on. And it would maybe it would be the same with
Maybe
right,
it might be just that because they are also having to scale them up to a larger screen because you're playing on the Switch, and then people are playing on the Xbox. I don't think the sprites would look great on like a huge 4K TV.
Yeah, I mean, I am thinking back to the Nintendo DS days when I was like playing on a screen like the size of my thumbnail. Yeah. It looks amazing. Oh, well, I'm really glad you're enjoying it though.
I'm really enjoying it. I heavily recommend it. It was just really good. Played it on the way over to PAX. Finished a couple missions, and it was good. It was good. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into this.
Sweet. Well, next up, Ellen, in this Show of the Weekend mini, because we are still in the middle of live show season.
Yes.
And things are a little intense. I'm going to quiz you on that very game. It's time for your Ace Attorney legal quiz. You will go to jail if you get a question wrong. Talk to the police. They're on board with it. They say, yes, we can make an exception this time and put someone in prison, even though it's not a crime. So let's go.
Objection!
Phoenix Wright's Ace Attorney Trilogy is out on PS4, Xbox One, PC and Switch in just a few days, bringing the acclaimed legal series, which first came to the West back in 2005 on the Nintendo DS, out of the handheld realm for the first time ever. But can Ellen prove her worth in the tough legal world? Let's find out with a quiz, shall we? Ellen, the Ace Attorney Trilogy brings players the first three, and some would say best games in the long-running series. A series that's known for many things, just one of them being ludicrous pun names for its colourful cast of characters. We're talking about games that have, without irony, forced players into pitched legal battles with characters with names like Man of Mystery, a magician, Cody Hackins, an internet-loving teen, and, perhaps worst of all, I'll be your guide, a tour guide. Ellen, if you were a character in the Ace Attorney universe, what would your name be?
Oh gosh, oh no, I have to think of a good pun on the spot.
You really don't, because they haven't.
Yeah, but I want to show them how it's done, don't I?
Oh, sure.
I want to be like Capcom, hire me. Justina Overbar.
Yeah.
Because you can just see me over the bar.
Over the bar. That's pretty
Justin
good.
Over the bar.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Justina over.
Justine.
Justina.
Yeah.
Over bar.
Over bar.
Yeah.
And then like that.
Yeah.
Over the bar.
I can see that.
Goes small.
And your sprite in the game would just be, you'd never see more.
You'd never see more than my nose.
Except for, I'm assuming you're the murderer.
Yeah.
When you finally were like, cornered and like had nothing left to hide, you'd be like, you'd rise to your full height and be like, oh,
what?
God. Everything we knew was a lie.
I'm actually tall.
Yeah. Good answer, Ellen. Ellen, while looking fondly back on the Ace Attorney games to compile this quiz, I was reminded that at one point in my life, I was so keen on the legal adventures of Phoenix Wright and pals, I genuinely looked into trying for a career in law. That is true. What's a hobby, job, sport, or other activity that you wanted to try purely because you saw it in a video game?
Similar to Phoenix Wright and you wanted to do law, because I'm a big fan of murder mystery shows, but particularly the BBC dramas like Silent Witness and Waking the Dead. I did at one point want to be a pathologist.
Ah, cool.
Because I was just like, use the human body to work out what happened, and it's very clever.
That's cool. I'm going to count that. I'm opening it up to not just video games.
Yeah. At one point, I really did want to be a pathologist. I think it's outstanding the stuff that they can do with like. I mean, I know in TV they like to wrap it all up nicely. It doesn't always work out like that in real life, but it's outstanding what science can do and stuff. And I'm like, just piecing it all together. Also, briefly did want to be kind of like a archaeologist because of Lara Croft, but then I was like, if I do it the way she does, I'll break my leg. So maybe not. So
and break all the things that you're trying to safely recover as well.
I will break my leg and then fall into some pots while that happens, which sets off a domino effect, which then the whole temple just collapses. And that's before I even get in the temple. I just walk over, trip, and then just...
Yeah, I just had this mental image of you like tripping into the terracotta warriors, breaking your leg, and then just be like...
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's really tickled me. We move on now to the final stage of your legal training.
Right.
After which you will be a qualified lawyer.
Yay!
Fail and go to real prison.
Oh no.
But for this final stage, I'm going to need to get a few things ready.
Ooh.
Ellen, a terrible crime has been committed. Your newest client, Mike Channel, is accused of stealing the chocolate eggs that were being saved for the Xtra Easter feast. The theft took place in the studio after work last night and was witnessed by one Andy Farrant, an upstanding citizen who happened to see the villainous Mr. Channel leaving the scene. I am the judge in this case, and personally I can't wait to see this Channel character swiftly executed for his terrible crimes. But the law dictates we hold a trial, however open and shut this case is. Ellen, please add these documents to your court record. I have left the first document outside. This is an inventory of items placed into the studio kitchen fridge yesterday and the exact time they were added, as per our company policy of ruthless record keeping. Secondly, this truly damning evidence, a CCTV photograph from inside the fridge taken by our Easter egg security camera at the exact moment of the theft. Andy Farrant himself was kind enough to volunteer to print out the image and bring it to the court. He really is a gem, that man. Ellen, you will hear witness testimony, then once the entire testimony is read, you may ask the witness to step forward or back in that testimony.
Right.
If you believe you have evidence that contradicts a statement, shout objection, but I warn you, waste the judge's time, and the trial will end, and Mike will be put to death. Let's meet the witness.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi.
Mr. Farrant.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much
thanks
for giving up your time.
Not a problem. I just love justice.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise you were eating. How rude of me.
That's fine, I'll finish. I can't wait to see Mike Channel put to death for his crimes.
Yeah, so unfortunately we have to hold
Do we get
this.
to watch when that happens?
I think you should be allowed to, yeah. You've done so much for the court already, Andy, and
Well,
can I just say thank you for all of us for being here today, for giving up your time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even really see the need for a trial. But...
No, you seem lovely. In fact, I see no reason to prolong this trial any further. I will declare a guilty verdict now unless anyone
Objection! Objection!
Right, I suppose. Let's get this over with as quickly as possible. Andy, I believe you have a witness. Would you like to explain to Ellen the heinous crimes that you saw? And don't let her see your testimony.
I remember the crime as if it were yesterday, because it was. I had been at the gym just across the street, getting shredded like a champion.
Checks out.
The gym closed at 6, then I headed straight to the studio to pick up a laptop. I didn't go into the kitchen, but I clearly heard the fridge door open and then saw who came out. Mike Channel. I saw him sprinting out of the kitchen, his greedy mouth full of eggs. It makes me sick just to think about it. I left immediately.
I am sorry that we had to hear such grueling testimony.
Yeah. So, on to the execution chamber.
On to the execution, I think so. I'm about ready to declare my verdict.
Objection!
Objection! What now?
So
what
you say you got back at 6.
I can repeat my statement.
Yes, please.
The gym closed at 6, then I headed straight to the studio to pick up a laptop.
How long does
I
it
didn't
take
go into
you?
the kitchen, but I clearly heard the fridge door open and then saw who came out.
Hold it.
Hold it!
How long did it take you to get back to the studio?
I don't see how this is relevant.
Is this relevant?
Do you have evidence that contradicts what the witness is
Yes.
saying? What? I doubt that.
Because here, the clock clearly says 8 o'clock.
Mr. Farrant, I'm confident that this is some kind of misunderstanding. Perhaps, Defence Attorney Rose, if you would be so kind, if you have some sort of theory, who do you think took the eggs, if not Mr. Channel?
I believe it was Mr. Farrant.
I am about to faint from the absurdity of the accusations that I'm hearing here today. I'm so sorry, Mr. Farrant, you've given up your time to come here.
Well, it's
And
the
yet
very
you've been
nerve,
slandered.
the very idea of it.
And yet...
I come down here, give up my own time. This is outrageous. I demand a mistrial be declared.
I'm about ready to declare a mistrial, and yet the CCTV image does seem to have been taken at 8 p.m. Mr. Farrant, perhaps you'd like to amend your testimony to clear up this.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. I must Simple mistake, simple error that can easily be rectified with new testimony. Allow me to present my new testimony. The new real testimony, yes. I can't believe that I, of all people, am under suspicion. This is all a misunderstanding. And you know what? Maybe I did misremember. The gym actually closed at 7:55 that day. But that doesn't change the facts of what I saw when I got to the studio. Mike Channel did it. He's guilty as hell. He loves chocolate. I was never even in the kitchen. I hate chocolate. I'd much rather have had that tasty-looking cucumber salad.
Sounds about right to me. Simple misunderstanding about the time. Gym closed at the time. Sounds about right to me. I'm about ready to declare...
Objection!
Objection!
I believe that this evidence has been tampered with. I believe we should take a closer look at Mike Channel's face.
Actually, I don't think that will be necessary. It seems like a pretty clear-cut image of Mike opening, close. It seems very much like the fridge door, an open and shut case.
Mike Channel's face has clearly been pasted over whoever it was.
Continuing down this path.
I mean, I'm no forensic expert, but it looks pretty legit to me. No. Lose a life. I don't see how this contradicts any of the evidence that Andy Farrant presented. If you have something else that maybe suggests contradicts one of his statements, I will allow you...
He was eating chocolate when he came in.
Unless you're unable to prove that I didn't purchase those chocolate eggs on the way to the studio.
As a courtesy to you, I will allow you to examine the evidence one more time, and if you wish to go once more through Mr. Farrant's statements.
I can't believe that I, of all people, am under suspicion. This is all a misunderstanding. And you know what? Maybe I did misremember. The gym actually closed at 7:55 that day. But that doesn't change the facts of what I saw when I got to the studio. Mike Channel did it. He's guilty as hell. He loves chocolate. I was never even in the kitchen. I hate chocolate. I'd much rather have had that tasty-looking cucumber salad.
Hang on. Hold it! If you weren't in the kitchen,
What now?
then how did you know that at 17:45 that cucumber salad was added to the fridge?
Okay, I did it! It was me! I stole the chocolate eggs. I found them when I was looking for a post-workout snack, and I took them 2 hours later. I came to and decided to pin it all on Mike with a sophisticated fake photograph. Look, it's not even real, it's my face!
Oh my word!
I admit to it all!
Don't believe what I'm hearing. Andy Farrant, we all trusted you.
I know, and I should be put to death, and so should Mike.
Yes. Well, I think that would be proper, and indeed, that is my ruling.
Objection!
I declare a not guilty verdict. Let us proceed to the putting to death of all parties involved.
No!
Take me away.
Lead this man away.
Take me away. I'll kill Mike, and then the police can kill me.
That seems fair. Well, Ellen, you may not have saved the life of your client, but I don't think anyone can doubt the Well, Ellen, thanks to your brave legal work, you have absolutely shaken this court to its core. I believe the viewers at home will be exactly as surprised at this shocking turn of events.
Wow.
I can't believe that Mr. Farrant did it.
I think we did.
I guess we've all learned something: don't trust everything you see. You really should have spotted it.
It's really, I did, and you didn't let me. You gave me a strike.
Yeah, well, you didn't have evidence.
It was there.
I feel you're getting the real Ace Attorney experience right now. That brings us to the end of this show of the Weekend Mini. Unfortunately, what do we have to show for it? A little ripped up Mike face.
I can give that to the executioner so he knows which one.
Thank you very much, folks, for watching. And thank you very much, Andy, for being our star witness and indeed culprit in our case. Thank you very much, Defence Attorney Rose, for cracking the case. And thank you to John. Why am I thanking everyone? That's not the Oscars.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Normal show of the weekend service will resume shortly.
And also, we might be saying hi to some of you right now.
Yes, that's right. It's going out on Saturday. Hopefully, see some of you at rest. Sorry, I could just see
Andy's trying to
Andy's playing with the little cutout like. Make it pop. That's what you got.